Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm a bit bunged up, but 'tis the season to be snotty, so we deal, we move. And today we're going to be talking about all the books I got in October. It was my birthday in October, so there's a lot. I'm not going to go into too much detail because otherwise this video will be 4 million years long, so let's just jump straight in. So first up, I got The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. I did read this in October, so I'll talk more about it in my wrap up. This is a horror, scary thing. He can see ghosts, and then one of the ghosts is a bit malevolent and a bit nasty, so there you go. And next I got Timberdark by Darren Charlton. This is the second book in, I don't know if it's got its own name, but anyway, Wranglestone is the first book, this is the second book. It's a duology. It's about zombies, it's about this boy, it's also male romance, zombies. The first book was really good. I want to read this soon. Next up I have May the Best Man Win by Zer Elo. This is a sports contemporary. I think the main character is trans, and yeah, that's all I know. I don't really know much about stuff and that, but you know, contemporary books, especially sports contemporaries, I just enjoy them. I don't need to know any more than that. There's a sport, it's gay, let's go. Next up I have Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. Again, this one I don't know too much about because every time I hear someone talk about it I purposefully move along and skip their video because I don't want to know anything going in. Obviously I know that it's about a main character who dies but then doesn't want to be dead, something like that, and then the stuff happens. I genuinely don't know and I don't want to. I love all the TJ Klune books I've read, very whimsical, very fun, so I'm hoping this one is going to be the same. And this should definitely be read soon, I really want to. Hopefully you'll be hearing my thoughts and maybe they'll be a bit more coherent after I read it. Next up I have Sleepover Takeover by Simon James Green. This is one of his middle grade books, and again I don't know much about it, but it's Simon James Green, so I always want his books. I'm guessing it's going to be about sleepover. Maybe someone takes over. That's it. That's the synopsis you're getting. Deal with it. Next up, I finally got the next book in the Trials of Apollo, which is The Tyrant's Tomb, which is not even the last one. I think I've read 3 and this is the 4th, and then there's 5. But it's been several years since I read it, and I kind of forgot that I was carrying it on, so I only recently put it on my wish list. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that series. So, can I remember what's gone on in this series so far? That's debatable. But yeah, Trials of Apollo. Apollo gets sent down to Earth and he's like a human, he doesn't have all his powers, and then Rick Wild and stuff happens with gods and that. Next up I have The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This is actually quite a chunky little bitch, so yeah. This is the only one I actually bought because I saw it and I was like, no way, I didn't even know that book existed, and so then I bought it. It was only like, it was pretty cheap for a hardback because, you know, I'm cheap, so I wouldn't have spent loads of money. I think it was like £6.50 for the hardback, so I was like, you know what, I'll get it. So yeah, this is a prequel to the fucking They Both Die at the End, about when the whole time thing started. So in this world, you get a phone call at the beginning of the last day of your life, so within that 24 hours, you're gonna die. And then you can just do as you will in that last hour. So this is the first time that happens. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know whether it's gonna work or not work, in the sense that I like how a lot of Adam Silvera's books have a thing in it that's like slightly, not magical, but like, what's the word? I'm too bunged up to know words. Let me just try and think. Speculative. That was the word I was looking for. It's like speculative and then doesn't tell you how this stuff happens, so I hope there's not too much in here about how this thing came to be, because I like that there's little sprinklings of speculation in there, but then doesn't actually tell us about how it exists. So, you know, we'll see. At some point, it's fucking big. We'll see. Next up I have Black Wings Beaten by Alex London. This is the first, I think it's a duology, but it might be a trilogy, so I might just be lying to you. A series. And again, I don't really know much about this, but I really enjoyed Alex London's other series that I read by him. It's somewhere down there, I can't be able to get it, but Proxy was like a dystopian sci-fi really cool duology. So yeah, I wanted to pick up another Alex London book and see if I continue to like them. Next up is another, finally, and I finally have volume 8 of Deadly Class. This one's called Never Go Back. Deadly Class was one of the first graphic novel series that I really got into, but it's also one of those series that hardly ever has their volumes for cheap, and you know I'm a cheap ass, so it's like I've been kind of leaving this to the wayside. But also I don't know if I'd had it on my wish list, so I couldn't have got it from other people, but now I did, and then it happened. But also it's been quite a while since I read volume 7, so I might have to reread them. But I really enjoy this series. It's set in the 80s, it's quite dark, it's about a school for assassins, it's a good time. Next up, The Sunbarrow Trials by Aidan Thomas. Do I know much about this? No, I do not. That's good, because you don't want me to talk loads. Duology, I believe. This is Sunbarrows and stuff, and trials. But I don't want to know. I really hope I like this. So with Aidan Thomas, Cemetery Boys, absolutely loved. The Never Lost, whatever the other one was fucking called, Unhold It, I wasn't a fan. Lost in the Neverwoods. So I'm really hoping that Cemetery Boys wasn't just like the outlier of me enjoying Aidan Thomas books. So I'm, you know, optimistically apprehensive. We're halfway through, so let's just head on over for a message from the Spawnies, and then I'll be back with all the rest of the books. Maybe I'll know about what these books are about, but probably not. Oh, hello, Biggie. Beep boop on the nose there. Next up, I have She Drives Me Crazy by Kelly Quinlan. Sports contemporary, gay, well, lesbian. We're not scared of this word. Basketball, I think. Cheerleader. Basketball and a cheerleader from the cover. Don't know. But I'm also looking forward to this one because I feel like it's going to be good. Hopefully it is. I've heard good things. I know bad things. So hopefully that's a good sign. Oh no! My books fell. Well, one of them did. Probably should not be putting them on my chair. Next up, I got Grey Warren by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the third and final book in the Dreamer trilogy, and also the final book in this whole ongoing series that started with the Raven Boys. I read this in October, so I'll let you know in my wrap-up what I thought about it. But yeah, if you know you know what it's about. If you know this, and if you don't know this, then you don't need to know, because read the Raven Boys, I guess. Next up is Something Is Killing the Children by several people, can't be asked to say the names. Volume 1. This is a graphic novel that I also read in October, so I'll go into it more there. And it's about a thing that's killing the kids. It's a horror, creepy, all that jazz. Next up, I have Master of One by Jada Jones and Danny Bennett. This is a standalone about a heist. So I really liked Six of Crows, so I thought maybe I'll like this. So now I can find out. It's quite big though, so maybe not this year. Next up, I have Farmhand Volume 1 by Rob Guillory. Rob Guillory is the artist that did Chew, which is one of my favourite graphic novels. As you can tell, I got this second hand because it's got this stupid thing on it that I need to take off. I'll take it off, not on here. That's why it's so shiny and horrible. But yeah, I don't know anything about this, but Rob Guillory, so I want to, you know, read it and that. It's going to be cool if his previous work is to go by. Next up, I have Deadpool, I Will You Suck. This is volume 6. I've been collecting this sort of run of Deadpool. There's 10 of them, just whenever I find them for a couple of quid second hand. So this is number 6. I think they have like 2 more to get, like number 7 and number 4 or something random like that. So I've been collecting them. There's another one. You know what Deadpool is, you know who he is, you know what he's about. Next up, I have Scott Pilgrim volume 4. This is a series that I've been reading, again, for a while, getting them when I find them cheap. This is no different. Basically, my mum gave me some money, so then I went on like eBay instead of buying books full price, and that's why I've got these random ones. I also got volume 3 and volume 4 of Nailbiter. This is a horror series about a town or village, a place where a bunch of serial killers come from. So there's always new serial killers and they always seem to come from this place, so why? And there's a detective trying to figure out why, and then like loads of blood stuff and gore, and it's good. Also, I read both of these in October, so I'll talk about it then. Next up, I got The Dark Lady by Akala. I don't know anything about this, just gonna say that. But I've heard Akala's music, I've read his non-fiction, I've seen him talk loads and he's really interesting to listen to, but I've never read a fiction book by him, so I'm really intrigued by this and see what it's going to be like. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be good. I like a Carla. It's a good egg. And then last but not least, I got Blue is the Warmest Colour by Jul Morrow, don't know. This is a graphic novel. It was also turned into a film. I've not seen it because I wanted to read this first. And it's about a girl that likes another girl. I don't know much about it. I just know that it's like highly praised, sapphic. Yeah. The author has since come out as trans masc, so that's why I've covered this bit of their name, because this is what they go by now, just so you know, in case you're going for it. Jul Morrow. Yes. And that is all the books that I got in October. Quite a few there. I'll talk about some of them in my October wrap up. But yeah, thanks for some of the people that sent me the books. Genuinely don't know where Black Wings Beating came from. It just came in the post with no anything. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, let me know down below what you got in October. If you've read any of these, if any sound interesting, even though I've not told you anything about them, let me know down below. And if this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye.